Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Arata. I'm still using a Chibi as myself for video, and welcome to the Mailbag Showdown, where I answer various questions related to anime and otaku stuff and things and stuff. If you'd like to send in a question, you can email me at mailbagshowdown@glassreflection.net. That is mailbagshowdown@glassreflection.net, and hopefully I will get to your answer fairly soon, though there is a backlog currently. Just gonna warn you in advance. Anyway, on to the questions. I would like to ask what anime you would recommend for someone like me. I am sorry if I begin to make errors in advance. I don't like asking things, but these are within the walls that I would like the recommendation in. First, it would be a fantasy and or magic genre show with characters that are fun or at least aren't blunt as a rock personality-wise. If you could make one, it would be very welcome. Thank you again for this. If you're looking for a somewhat comedy that deals with fantasy or magic, my first recommendation is going to be towards Slayers and the entirety of that series. But I'm not entirely sure on your definition of blunt as a rock. If you mean dense and stupid, well, that's probably going to happen no matter where you go. But for the most part, Slayers isn't bad, assuming that you don't mind the little bit of dated animation in there. So try that, and if it doesn't work, let me know. Arata, I was browsing the internet for anime to purchase the other day, and I was thrilled to find Shakugan no Shana was finally to be released via Funimation on August 21st. Now that it will be available for purchase, do you tend to review it? Thanks in advance. Funny thing about that, I actually already own Shakugan no Shana. No, seriously, I do. I own the original Jenny on DVD set from when they originally had the license. I just haven't got around to reviewing it, and it's actually a bit of a funny story there, so I'm going to tell it. Back in the early days when I review, and hell, even now to some extent, I would, because I never had my entire collection with me when I went to university, I would always have to decide what I wanted to review like a month or two in advance so I could take all the shows with me so I would have it for footage to review. And for almost the entire first year, every time I would make one of these lists of things to review, Shana would always be on it. However, due to scheduling conflicts and other things that made my schedule go all wonky and had to cut a few reviews, Shana was always one that got cut, mainly because I had already seen it and there was just a part of me that didn't really want to rewatch it, if that makes sense. So will I review it eventually? Yes, but it needs to be far enough away that I wouldn't mind rewatching it. I tried to watch the new Season 3 when it came out last season, but I just ran out of time, so I wasn't able to follow up on it. And I think now if I was to try and continue on Season 3, I would just start from the beginning and go through Seasons 1 and 2, because it's been a long time since I've seen them. I watched them back in high school. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. The thing I'm more interested, though, is the fact that Funimation actually licensed Season 2, and they hold the streaming rights for Season 3, which basically means that if Season 1 and 2 sells really well, they'll release Season 3 on DVD also, and that makes me really excited, because I would love to own the entire Shana series on DVD. The thing that I'm kind of interested and slightly worried about is I'm curious of what they're going to do when it comes to the dub of Season 2, because they already have the license, so it's almost guaranteed that they're going to throw it out on DVD anyway, because otherwise it's just a waste of licensing money. But then my question is, are they going to get a whole new dub cast, or are they going to do their best to bring back the entire original cast from the Jinyon dub? If they bring back everyone from the Jinyon dub, that's perfectly fine. That's great. But if they recast it, my only worry is that I might have to rebuy Season 1, because I don't know. I can't actually find anywhere where it says if they're going to be redubbing it, or if they're just going to be keeping the same dub for the re-release. As far as I can tell, it's going to have a dub of some kind. And I kind of hope that they keep the original Jenny dub, because they had Tabitha St. Germain as Shana. It's rare that you actually hear Tabitha in an anime, and I really like it when she is in one, because it just makes me feel all great and happy inside, because she does a really good job, and she did good with Shana as well. So if they can get everybody back, that would be great, because then it means that I don't have to go and rebuy the show again, and because I hate having the same show twice. I did it for Initial D, but doing it for more than that is kind of a lot of money. Anyway, next question. I would really like an anime with aliens and a good sense of humor. Examples, Level E and Fooly Cooly. Okay, if you're looking for anime that's aliens in it, a good sense of humor, try Sergeant Frog. It might not be for everyone, but I actually personally find Sergeant Frog to be freaking hilarious. So when it comes to comedy and aliens, that's the first thing that comes to my head, not including the two shows that you've mentioned. So you can try that out, and let me know how it goes. What was your first anime, and when did you become a big fan of anime? I probably mentioned this in a Deseret way back in the day, but for the sake of you guys, I'll give you the lowdown on me and anime. My first anime, probably when I was like 4 or 5 years old, was Sailor Moon. But it it wasn't until high school that I actually realized what anime was. And the first time I watched an anime full well knowing that it was anime was Princess Mononoke, because I watched it in grade 9, on my first day at the anime club in my high school. But like before that, I had watched tons of anime, like Sailor Moon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Moncoli Knights, Dragon Ball for a good while as well. But Mononoke was the first one that I actually knew of as anime, and it was from then on that I started becoming a really major fan, and then finishing high school and moving into my year off before heading to universities when I started doing reviewing. But I've been a big fan for close to 10 years now. It's at least 8 or 9. But yeah, that's how it goes. So thank you for your questions thus far. We have successfully made it through every anime that has reached my inbox before the 25th of last month. I gotta do these a lot more often to get through this backlog. But if you'd like to add to my backlog, you can send in an email at mailbagshowdown@glassreflection.net, and I will hopefully get to it in the next couple of weeks, assuming I can do this a lot more often than I have been. So until next time, ladies, gentlemen, and others, stay frosty.